Good evening. It is for me anyways. It's dark outside, so there's no light shining in. I decided to do a video for you of another one with Tim Holtz tree ring that we made. Remember, I made a few different ones, so I wanted to show you another card that I came up with to do. We're going to be using again this set right here. It's called the Cool Yule. It is Christmassy, but you can do just a manly card that I came up with. So don't think this is just for Christmas. By the way, nobody pays me for doing these videos or doing stuff with them. This is just on my own. I decided to do it. I thought it was kind of fun. I'm making the cards anyways, coming up with them. I thought I'd share since I tend to watch other people and kind of learn from them too. So I decided to do mine. So if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe. That way you don't miss the new ones that come out. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Okay, so one more tip I was going to give you before I start. I tend to flip these upside down. See how the package actually is supposed to be hanging this way? But I flip them upside down like this because it makes it easier for me then to get my stuff out. So this envelope is right here and the paper's not in the way. So this way I put this in here, close it up, seal it up, and I can keep it all together. It's just easier for me. I know it gets stuck on the paper no matter what, but at least it makes it easier. Like this, I just put it in, close it up, and then it's quick. Just unseal it, pull it out. And you don't have to pull the paper out, but I can pull this tab out quickly like this, and I have access to my stuff. I just thought I'd share the way I do them. I don't know if anybody else does it that way, but it's a lot easier for me that way. I know for packaging reasons they have to do it the other way because it officially hangs at the stores like this. So that would be upside down, but for me it's more convenient this way. Okay, so here's the card. I kind of laid it down just like I tell you guys of kind of planning of what I want to do before I start. Let's kind of begin. I'll kind of go step by step, explain what I'm using. Well, like normal. Anyways, okay, let's begin. So, first of all, I picked out this plaid shirt paper so that I can make it more like a manly shirt. I have this set by Kaisercraft, and let's see, there we go. It had that paper in there. It's like a cowboy set. It has this kind of paper in there. Here, I'll try to make it not reflect. And so it's got like hay in there. It's got this cool vintagey looking right here, like I think it's metal or something. Then there's like chickens and all kinds of farm animals. There's some green ones in there, soil, and then the cow print. So that kind of thing. There's a tree that I probably will be using eventually, but this is a great manly set. So that's how I went for it, and I found this one, but you can do it in red, green, any color. I don't think it'll make a difference. It's just what I had, so that's what I'm going to use. I cut out a sheet just a bit smaller, so I end up cutting 4 3/4 of an inch by 6 3/4, since the card is 5 by 7, so just basically a quarter less. Let's stick this on so it doesn't end up moving anywhere. See, the back is actually a print, but I'm not going to be using that. So let's just put this on, and it's not going to be in the way moving everywhere. We can just start gluing everything on that way. The baby's in bed, so I have a little bit of time to show you some of. I can do another video for you guys. Okay, so that's on there. Then we'll put this in the middle. I like to use 2 different adhesives just so it holds better. Plus, if you don't put anything in the middle, what tends to happen is as the card folds, it gets the air out, and you can tell that like there's this bend in there if you don't stick it in the middle, is what I ended up learning. So now I always put something in the middle to make sure that I don't have that kind of warping happening later in the card. If it comes off like that, just stick it back on, and there it goes, just fine. Same thing, just make sure, squish it. Cut this nail on one of my fingers way too much. No, I have a hard time peeling these off. It's okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay, same thing here. Let's try with a different nail. Yeah, see? Does it better if you have at least something on there. Okay. I'm gonna, with the way it cut, there was this white one at the, I'm gonna put it at the bottom. I just think it looks better that way. And then we're gonna do our best to eye it straight. I think if you do it on like the bottom and then the sides, it'll end up perfect at the top because it's cut, if it's cut right. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna take this wooden piece right here. We're gonna glue that on straight on. So we'll use some more of both tapes just to make sure it holds on better. We're gonna do a few things in 3D, so we're not gonna put this piece on 3D. We're gonna make the reindeer a 3D head. So not to make it weigh overly too much, so it can be mailed out if need to be. That's one of the things you have to think about when you're making cards, because if you make them too high, people can't mail them, or they have to pay quite a bit for the shipping. So, and that might be why they might, or you might not like it, because you'll end up, if you're the one making it for somebody else, you'll end up having to pay for the shipping, like $3 or something. I'm not sure how cheap it can go, but okay, got that off. And I tend to do this flat side right there at the bottom of my card. So let's make sure we open it up. That's the bottom, good. Because I've done that, and I know a lot of other people who accidentally did the gluing upside down. So always make sure your card is done right. We're going to put it a little higher for one reason, in case, well, too late anyways, in case I want to put some words at the bottom like happy birthday, but we'll talk about it a bit later. Let's put the reindeer together. Okay, I'm gonna glue them together first before I'll put them on here. That way the antlers will fit and everything else will fit. I don't want to have it not fit. So first die is this one. Some of them look like more like a cow, so it's kind of interesting, but this one like a moose. I think you can do a moose out of it too. So I die cut this piece to save us some time. You can emboss it if you like for the ears. It has the holes. It does a little bit of embossing there. You can see just a tiny bit. So you can use this on its own, or you can do it the full set that they gave you. So here's what it is. There's the head. Then you get this piece right here. This one right here. And what I did, I cut out of a piece of scrap of cork that I had, the next level of it. So we're gonna glue this on, straight on, because I'm not sure the cork will hold it if I don't get it supported. By the way, this cork had a print on the other side, so I just that's gonna be the one I'm gonna glue on, so it's not gonna be seeable anyway. So, and that's gonna be the one I need. So let's glue this right on here. And cork glues just fine, I've noticed, with just the glue. Okay. If you make it out of paper, you could already start lifting this one up with some pop-up dots. It's just because it's cork. I don't trust it to hold well, and I don't want the card falling apart. With a paper background, I'll be just fine. Okay. But this piece, there's this weird angel looking piece in there, like angel with wings. You could do that, but it's two things. Those are the little ears you can pop up, and then this goes right in the middle of it, right there. So here are the little ear pieces. I'm just gonna glue those on because they're so tiny. And since this piece was a little lighter and the ears are supposed to be darker or completely white, either way you can go, but I inked them up to make it, since it all cut out of one piece, I just inked it up to make them darker. Just put it right on here and then go do the same thing. Stick that on, fix it the way you want it while it's still drying. That's what I like about liquid glues. You can move it around until you're happy with it. If you have other glues, well, anyways, so there's that. The next piece is going to be this one, and since this is more like the mane, I'm going to raise it up a little bit with pop-up dots. So let's do this here. And these are not that high with pop-up dots. See how small they are? Which I like. They're not too often you come across them. You don't find them very often at the stores. You usually find the big ones. But I'm going to be generous enough. And actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to split one of these in two halves and make it even more generous on it. Because I don't like it when it starts falling through on some of the cards and stuff. Especially if it goes through the mail. It tends to start warping. Okay, now just getting all of this off. This is my last one on here. There we go. Stuck to my finger. Okay. I'm gonna stick it right on here. I'm gonna use this enamel accent again a little bit later to draw the eyes and the nose. So let's glue the glasses on. I'm not gonna glue them everywhere because what I'll end up having to do, since they are gonna be on here just like this, I'm gonna leave it either like that or I can glue them on, so either way, or I might let them dry here first and then I can stick them on there, or just have them go just like that. Okay, so the next thing would be the antlers, and these antlers, I wish they would make them separate or make them face the right way, not one up, the other one down, because I have a few ideas I could have used them for to make other stuff, but this is what we have, so we're just going to work with them. So I cut out two of the antlers, and with them on the picture, the way they have drawn on, they actually stuck them right on there. I don't know, I don't really like it the way you can see it, so I'm gonna hide them inside right there, just like that, when I glue them on. I'm not gonna do a pop-up dots because they're supposed to be a little further on the head, so I'm gonna leave it the way it is. So that's what my reindeer is gonna look like. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prepare all the stuff I need to glue it on. Let's do it this way. I'll do the glue everywhere around, and then I'll use either the sequin tape or this to put in the middle so I have double the stickiness, like I was telling you guys. There you go. To make sure it holds better. Okay, so let's see. We're going to put the antlers up here. Make sure there's enough room for them first. And they are supposed to be facing inside. I don't know if I said that or not. So, okay. So if I stick the head right there, it'll be just fine. So we're just kind of centering it. And now what I'm going to do is just put some glue, stick them a little bit inside, and glue them on. Oop, flip upside down. And I cut these out of stronger cardboard paper, just because they're so thin. I didn't want to have problems with it breaking off later somewhere, in case like this part is a little higher. I might actually leave it that way to make it a little bit more 3D. I like to do that with certain leaves and stuff too. Don't glue the whole piece down. That way it gives it a little bit of movement, make it more real rather than everything stuck on there really too much. Okay, so let's get this one in there too. Balance it out so they look pretty much even. Okay, there we go. Now, so we're done with the gluing. I mean, I could glue the glasses, but I don't know if I like them that way. I think they're better when they're not stuck on there. So let's lift this back up while we still can. Just have them be just like that. And then we're going to take this. First of all, I need to do a dab. Make sure it's not too dry in there. Okay, so let's do the two eyes. Do one here, do another one right there. Okay, now we're going to do a little nose. There is a die cut right there that you can use for the eyes and the nose. You can cut it all out and glue it all on. But I thought it's kind of fun to actually draw one on. Just do a little triangle here. And it gives it a 3D look too. Just like that. You could make it a little higher by doing an extra blob right in the middle. That's going to settle down a little bit. Okay, I'll show you in just a second. Let me wipe this up. Okay, and then like I said, you can do happy birthday. You can leave it in blue. You can do it in white. Totally up to you what you want to do. But here's my little reindeer card. Like it? And it's not Christmassy whatsoever. What do you think? Like it? I might do it in white or different color, I don't know yet. Maybe do it in the brown, like this kind of brown or something. I don't know, but here it is. Thank you for watching. You can find cards that I make for sale on Lily of the Bell 77 at Etsy.com. I'll post a link to it also, so you can buy a lot of my handmade cards right there. There's also a scarf that comes to this reindeer. If you want to make it wintry, you can do that. That's what they do on here. So that's probably it. There's also the option of doing some whiskers for him, or a mustache. I guess I keep calling it whiskers, but there's a mustache. You can do that. I thought it was kind of dorky. There's a smaller one I think that you can do on him. There's also a white bow that you can do a bow on him. I have a white one here that I was gonna put on here so you can make it more dressy. You can do it that way. You don't have to put any kind of words. This card could go for any occasion. You can even say thank you with it. You can say get well, glad you're in my life. You can do anything. If you want any of the words added to my cards, just feel free to contact me. I can let you know what I have, what I don't have. That's probably it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.